Hey Aries, welcome to your May 2024 reading. Let's hop into it. I've already pre-shuffled a little bit so that we can get this thing moving. So your card of the month is A New Start Is Coming, New Moon. And then we did pull two more here. I got Void of Course, Moon, Nothing Will Come of This Situation. And Communication is Key, New Moon and Gemini. But all of these cards are essentially saying that there is a new start coming. The intuitive message that I immediately got for you guys is just start over, wipe the slate clean. You know, it's something different. I think there's this energy of trying to, like, even if you're not in a new stage in your life, Aries, like, even because for some of you it feels like you've been in a new stage already, a new home, new relationship, like it's still new, but it's been going on for maybe a month or two. There's still energetically some things that we haven't put to the side. There's still some old emotions that we're not done with. There's still some old ways of being that we're not quite finished with. And so I think in May, maybe after this retrograde, honey, and this post-retrograde period, we start to actually embrace that, hey, we're in a new chapter. And it's time to like let go of some of that old BS that we was carrying around with us, okay? And with these two cards, I also wanted to say, if you know you're not communicating well, or if someone's not communicating well, understand that like there's nothing you can do. There's nothing more that you can do with someone who's not communicating or telling you what they need and want, and vice versa. Okay, if you know there's something that you need or want and you're not getting it, nothing can come of that if there's no communication. Again, if someone's shutting down on you, why would you want that around you also? Okay, especially with you being such an expressive sign, Aries. I think, you know, it's best for you to be around people who speak their mind, because like child miscommunications and Aries, okay, do not mix. So let's get into these tarot cards. Your first card for the month is Eight of Swords in reverse. The second card is the Tower in reverse. And the third card is the Four of Wands. Seeing fours and eights will be relevant this month. So like 808, 804, 444, things of that nature. That may be your angel number this month. May be a little bit of a doozy. I'm you know, trigger warning. I'm probably finna read you. Okay, there's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of things that we're still kind of holding on to. There's a little bit of a victim mentality. Now, you may not see this in every single area, Aries, so don't immediately get defensive and be like, I don't see that. This can be in one specific area. This can be in your career. This can be in your relationships. This can be specifically when someone says or does something to you. There's a way that we're being, and we're kind of like making it a disaster every single time it happens. And that is affecting the way that we see the blessings and abundance that's coming into our life, right? Like I said, this new start, something good is on the way. We're probably even living it, but because of our past experiences, because of our triggers that we haven't really done anything about, we're constantly running into ways to be dissatisfied in May. Maybe it's even something you had from April that you're bringing into May. So I feel like you may be working on this trigger and this complex. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. For some of you, you may have just encountered a person or a situation, something that you really wanted, and or even if you didn't really want it, it was just like you it was coming and then it just kind of like disappeared again. Somebody maybe ghosted, or maybe it just didn't turn out how you wanted it to, and there's this sense of it kind of went away because it wasn't supposed to stay in the first place. And so instead of getting hung up on it and trying to figure out the reasons why, and, you know, adding that to your bag of reasons why you do or don't do something, it's just like, hey, let it go, because you're starting new. I don't even think you're starting, Aries. I think you already have. You've already kind of like broke out of your cocoon into a butterfly, but for some reason we keep trying to fly back into the cocoon and become a caterpillar again. Like, I don't know what's going on, Pooh, but that might be something that's going on, right? So you may be trying to, like, I think also this month is probably going to be a lot of dodging problems as well, and not in a negative sense, more so like doing a lot of damage control is what I'm picking up. Something happens and then you got to kind of damage control and communicate your way out of it. So there may be a lot of worry, and what I love about the nothing can come of this situation card is that it has a double-sided meaning. And one of the meanings is that whatever you're worrying about, like, you're worrying for no reason, right? And I think that's the case for you, Aries, is a lot of worry, a lot of stress, a lot of, you know, maybe even feeling like you need to fight with people, or like, you know, feeling down and but like there's no need for any of that. If something doesn't work out with someone or something, truly take it as a blessing. Because I almost feel like it was supposed to dodge you, but because you're so stuck on how it went, you just like, oh, I just gotta keep, you know, trying. I gotta figure out what their problem is and all of that. But don't worry about that, okay? Animals may be significant this month as well, like squirrels. Changing the way you dress, your appearance. For some reason, these tights that she has on is sticking out to me. So I don't know if someone's wearing more skirts, more, you know, more tights. And if you're male, don't worry about it. This is just, you know, I'm just speaking it out. More tights, more shorts, you know, things of that nature. Changing the way you look, your appearance. It's all about how you respond, Aries, to problems. Okay, this month. So let's get into your career. Let's get deeper. What does Aries need to know about their career and finances in May 2024? What is the zodiac sign Aries experiencing in their career and finances in May? What's happening with their money? Okay, first card out was the Cup. Overflowing. Come on, abundance. Overflowing, prosperity, full or empty account. Okay, award. Winning, money, payoff, for effort, recognition. And then more came out. We have turtle. Turtle. We have feather. Rough patch. Okay, so skull actually, but it says rough patch, low on cash, borrowing money. Because it feels like there's slow periods and then there's periods where money is good. I wouldn't be surprised if you came into the month with money being a little funny, and this can look like anything. This can be like you just have a lot of bills, and so you're worried, you know, you're paying off all of the bills, so you're fine, but it's like you really only had enough for your bills, or you had enough for your bills, but then what you have left over you gotta save. It's something like that, where money is a little funny in the beginning, but then as the month rolls, it starts piling up and you make more and more money. So I don't think you have a problem with money. I don't think you have a problem with recognition. If you're looking for a job, I don't think you have a problem finding one. But I do think that there's like some patches, some rough patches in and out there. Like maybe you've overspent or you make a big purchase, something of that nature that comes in. Okay, so it's like money's easy, but then it's like it comes in and then it comes right out. It's like, okay, we got $100 and now we got to spend 99 on something important, which isn't a bad thing, because I think for some of you, you're making investments in your future and like trying to advance. So sometimes you got to spend money to make money. Okay, you're making steady progress towards something as well. You may even get some recognition in your career for your hard work, for the things that you do, for your kind word, for teaching somebody something. I just heard for somebody, like if you've been consistently working on something. So what I'm picturing is like you've been trying to increase your metrics at work or something like that. This may be the month where you might see that someone else is noticing, or they may give you a raise or something like that, and you're like, yes, like I did it. So that may be something that comes up as well. But generally, there's like a slow and steady kind of vibe to your month when it comes to finances in your career. Like, so for some of you, nothing really changes. It's the same, but you're not going backwards. You get what I'm saying? Or you're not you're not even flatlining. It's like you're just making little incremental steps up to your goal. And that's a good thing, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if you were interested in reinventing yourself in your career. Maybe like for some of you, you may not necessarily even be looking for jobs, but you definitely maybe start to think about how to rebrand a business, or, you know, different ways, like how you can change your life. Like you're trying to like almost rebrand who you are, but like in the financial realm. So you may be doing something different with that as well. Okay, and things that may be relevant in your career right now, you could be a nurturer, you could be taking care of your business, feeling fulfilled, you could be working on advancement, doing professional work, or have some sort of fame. You can be moving for work, you have a long-term job, like something where you've been working for a long time, kind of like slow and steady wins the race type energy. You can be a light worker, you can work in travel or some sort of like air. I just heard for somebody like AI kind of like tech thing. Like I'm thinking like sound waves or air waves. I don't know why that's important, but it might be. Hospice, you can be a healer. You may not be working at all, or you may be reinventing yourself. Specifically, when I say don't work at all, some of you may be like content creators or like do something virtual where like your work really isn't that demanding. So that may come up as well. But it's like a typical business month for Aries, slow and steady. Nothing too crazy to really report. Okay, seems like things just kind of come to you easy for the most part. All right, let's get into your love and relationships. What does Aries need to know about their love and relationships in May 2024? What does Aries need to know about their love and relationships in May 2024? Spirit guides, make it abundantly clear for me. What does Aries need to know about their love and relationships in May 2024? Oops, one more. What does Aries need to know about their love and relationships in May? Spirit, thank you very much. Okay, first card out was the Screw. The Screw. And the second card out is taking out the trash. So it looks like either someone wasn't interested and you got out, you dumped them, or they dumped you, or vice versa. And if it wasn't just interest, it could simply been like you've been tired of messing with it, you've been tired of dealing with it, so you are done. This also feels like it's very swift and unexpected for one of you, for you or the party. It's like just one day one of you guys wake up and be like, I can't do this. And so that made that unexpected element may be involved this month of like, what the heck. I also wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of confrontation in this area. I don't think there's a fight, but I do think that this person or vice versa, you are pressing the issue. Now, for some of you, it will be the person that you just dumped or just stopped talking to or whatever. But for others of you, it'll be someone different. Like, it's like somebody comes and presses you about that relationship or about an old relationship. But I do feel like somebody kind of comes and like, what happened? Like, what is your problem? Or that sort of thing. So I wouldn't say be on guard. I just would say prepare your answers, Aries. Just so you're not like, because I think this feels, because you're thrown off guard, I just wonder if it will make you be a little defensive. So just make sure that like you like whatever because I feel like you have your mind right about how this is going, like what's going on and what you're gonna say. But because they kind of throw you off guard, you might want to say like meaner things or different things. Don't even let them have it. Okay, there might be a little bit of confrontation going on, but it all ends in you getting an understanding. Okay, so just be careful about how you respond. But also somebody was hiding something. Okay, they may have had a crush on you. You may have had a crush on them, and they weren't necessarily being honest about what it is that they were doing. So that may be why this all ended, or just in denial. I don't know. It's just something was going on. Otherwise, I think it's a very happy, fun, playful month if you want it to be outside of this person. There may be someone new. There may be, that may be your energy generally with other people. It almost feels like this is going on in the background, but you're like moving forward and doing something different and something new in your relationships, okay? But this trash needs to be handled first. This debris, as the bag says, needs to be handled first, okay? Yeah, I mean, somebody might get cursed out, but it don't feel like cursed out more than put in a place, like corrected. You know what I mean? Like, don't be coming out. Hey, don't be talking to me like that. Okay. And then aside for somebody, if you find yourself being very, like, you're going through something and you're kind of keeping it to yourself, if you have a trusted person to open up about with, I would. Okay, Aries, give them a chance to be there for you. All right, my love. Thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope this was helpful and hope you have a wonderful month of May. See y'all in the next reading. Hey Taurus, welcome to your reading for May 2024. Happy birthday, by the way. Let's get into these cards. I already pre-shuffled some cards because it just makes it go faster, y'all. I be shuffling all day. But let's get into it. So the card that I got for your overall theme is look at the bigger picture. I think that's full moon in Sagittarius, okay? So we're embracing some of that Sagittarian energy, that hopeful energy, looking at the grand scheme of things. And that's what I'm picking up for you, Taurus, is that you need to be looking at the grand scheme of things in May 2024. Specifically in your career, specifically in areas where you may only be looking, what I'm picturing is like someone only looking like 2 steps ahead of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying, well, the likelihood of this happening or this going well is 0, because from what I can see, like tomorrow's gonna be bad, so it all must be bad. Like, I don't know, it just seems like someone's kind of quitting before they really fully start. So it's like a hopeful energy, but then there's also an energy of thinking a little small minded. So let's get into the cards. So the cards that we pulled are the Empress card. I was going to say Emperor. Correct myself, okay? And I was only supposed to put 3, but y'all got 5. Okay, we got the 10 of Cups sitting here. If it'll focus. Okay. The Hermit card. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the 3 of Pentacles. And I'm not going to lie, this kind of did a little flip-de-dip. So it could have been in reverse, but I'm gonna read it how I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it with my intuition. You hear me? So essentially, there's a lot of positivity coming your way. I think relationships are good. I think family is good. I think community is good. For some of you, you could be pregnant or bearing a child, but I don't think so. I think this is more of a creativity thing. This feels like we're on the verge of making something happen. So you know how like right before, you know, you change something in your life, there's kind of like that cocoon phase, no matter what it is, whether it's a child, whether it's a new project, whether it's, you know, moving to a new apartment. Like there's like this moment where you're just kind of in your cave and you're like just kind of working out those details before you get to the next thing. I feel like May will kind of be that for you. A lot of opportunity and a lot of things like in progress, in motion. Excuse me. You may be a little more like introspective, a little more, you know, worried about what you have to do and what's the next step. For some of you, it may be just a simple appreciation, especially if you have this going on. 10 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment, right? Everything's going right. Everything's going good. We're happy. We have the family. Like things are great. So that could very much be your vibe generally, but I think there's kind of like this undertone of an issue going on in your career. I'm gonna be real. The Page of Pentacles is a card of, especially in reverse, of non-committal. You're simply just procrastinating and like almost avoiding something that has been in the works for a while, but you just haven't really pulled the plug. And like I said earlier with this full moon in Sagittarius, look at the bigger picture card. I think that has a lot to do with you doubting your ability. So for example, let's say you are up for a promotion or you've been being looked at, you know, in that way, or maybe everybody's telling you to get the promotion. You may not be doing the extra step of asking about that promotion or applying for the job, or you know what I mean? Or it's like little things like that. It's like you could have it, but it's almost like this fear. And maybe I just heard for somebody, you're just trying to take your time, which is fair. Nothing's wrong with taking your time. But I just wonder if it's taking away from your opportunities, right? And again, if it's not for you, you know, you don't have to rush toward nothing that you don't want towards. But if it's for you, or if you feel really strongly about it, but you're almost fearful, then we have to start looking at the possibilities. And then also just another thing is just not being like procrastinating and just not being on top of your things. And I feel like that makes be something that comes up a couple of times this month for you, Taurus, is that you didn't finish this, or you started it but then you stopped, or you know, that stuff may come up, and then you may start to work on it again. Okay, you may even have to recruit a little bit of help, a little bit of encouragement from family, friends. A great month for your social life as far as your community, whether that's at work or outside of work, or you know, within your family. A great month for that. Okay. So if you're a single, Taurus, I'm not going to say you'll necessarily find a relationship, but I wouldn't be surprised if you had more opportunity to do so, if that makes any sense, because now you got like all these people around. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's see. Let's clarify your career. What's going on in Taurus's career in May? Spirit, make the message abundantly clear for me. What's going on in Taurus's career? What are they experiencing in their career? Anything else? Yep. Yeah. So we got gears, money flow, hard work, putting plans into motion. Right? So didn't we just say that? Didn't we just talk about that? Like, you're going to start putting plans in motion. And like in trying to increase with the Tower, your earning power, building a business, making sound decisions, like that may be something that you're really focused on this month. Even if like it almost feels like for some of you it's kind of throwing you off guard, like it may not be have been your first choice. Like I said, it's a promotion that someone offers you, or everyone's talking about how, hey, you know, we want to get you into this, or you know, you had, for somebody specific, you have the business plans, you got it. Like it's not even like the business isn't ready to be made, you just haven't quite done anything with it yet. So I think this month is like the world kind of like pulls you into doing something with this thing, and now you kind of have to start. Okay, so you're going to be increasing your earning power, even if it's not necessarily this month, like this second, it's definitely the start of it. Okay, and then you're overcoming obstacles. Okay, power play, wealth. I do think some of you may come into a powerful position of some sort, even if it's within. Okay, some money is definitely coming over, but I think you are overcoming obstacles, but it feels like self-inflicted obstacles. Okay, all right, so careers, you may be into some type of building, I would say construction, team, taking time off, security, corporate job, power, being in an unstable position. You could be an owner, a boss, or some type of manager, and then taking charge and making progress. Okay, so it looks pretty good. It's almost like too, for some of you, I just heard like you're making something stable that wasn't stable before. So if your job was like crazy, they may be relying on you to provide some stability or like some logical plans, things of that nature. You just may be the go-to person. And a quick message to rely on your family and friends too. If you're in a tough spot, or if you're like doubting yourself or fearful at all, that may be something that comes up. Okay, especially if you've been distant, or you feel like you haven't heard from some people, or, and I'm not saying reach out if there's like something going on, but I mean more so mean like if you know you've been distant, or you know you could do better, there may be like this call for you to do that. Like it may be time to bring community around you. Okay, so clarity for your love and relationships. What's going on with Taurus's relationships in May? What is the zodiac sign Taurus experiencing in their relationships, for those around them? Love and relationships for my Tauruses. What's going on in their love life, Spirit? Thank you. Okay. It's funny because I had to clarify, because I'm like, why? It felt like we were only, okay, so we have teasing, flirtation, having a crush, playing, having fun, keeping it area, enjoying each other, and then there's sunshine, good vibes, happy times, you know, all of that. And I'll read all the more positive cards here. There's kicking it, being in control, driven, kicking bad habits, trying to score, team player, accomplishing goals. It can kind of go either way. I feel like there's like I said, there's a very positive connotation to your relationships in general and overall. I could see some flirting and some crushes for my single Tauruses who are looking, or who are in a position to romantically pursue, but this overall just feels like your relationships as a whole feel this way. It doesn't feel like it's just, you know, romantic relationships. It feels like overall, hey, I'm dealing with this person and we're having a good time. I'm talking to this guy and we're having a good time. I'm with my friends and family, we have a barbecue, especially if like for your birthday. I just thought about it. So it's like there may be a lot of things that are going well, but I think some of you may be just really focused on the career side of things, and not in a neglectful way, because I do think your relationships are still thriving. I just think it's more like that's what's on the top of your mind, and that's what's most I wouldn't say important, but it needs to be, it's like the biggest priority right now. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, but there's some stuff going on, right? So we have alluring, seductive, enticing, mysterious, threatening, vindictive, rebellious. There's this character. Okay, this can be an ex. This can be someone who, you know, you kind of had your eye on, because it doesn't even have to be romantic. It's like, you know, it's a friend, it's a coworker, somebody you've been having your eye on, and you know something's up. I feel like you may have to encounter this person this month, or you may be wondering if you'll have to encounter this person this month. It's like they're kind of like the dark side of the moon for you this month a little bit. It's like you don't know what's going on with them, a little bit mysterious. What's going on? What are they finna come, you know, say something smart this month? Like you may have to have your eye on this said person. So it's like you have good vibes, because I think the rest of your relationships are kind of a support to you, but then there's this, okay? And then this may have something to do with the document. Okay, it says text, email, agreement, letter, separation, divorce, a contract, legal papers, or proceedings. So some of you could be going to court for some sort of divorce. I just heard for somebody child custody, something like that. Like it's more complicated, or just simply trying to get on the same page with somebody about something that's going on. So again, if you share children with someone, it could be like, okay, figuring out our schedule and like really mapping that out, stuff like that. But there's something that goes on. But I really do feel like, because when I asked about your love life, they came out together. I do think they're attached. So either you're going through something legal with an ex, or with somebody like a shady character, or it's something that this shady character sends you, a text, an email, vice versa. Okay, you may get some news about them that's important again. And maybe that's what's got you in this little bit of a hermit mode, and like a healing mode is a great word. You know, whatever was going on there. But if you're worried about whether or not you'll heal, if you're worried about whether or not, like, the words that I'm getting is like the wings of an angel are like covering you, you're covered. You're fine, Taurus. About whatever it is you're worried about, or whatever's holding you back. This month is really going to like wrap its arms around you in a positive way. But there's this that you're going to have to deal with, okay? But you're going to be fine. Just make sure that you are taking care of you, that you're not procrastinating, that you're not hiding from things that you need to do for yourself. Okay, my love? But that is all I see for you for May 2024. I hope this resonated for you. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye, love. Hey, Gemini. Welcome to your May 2024 read. Let's hop right into these pre-shuffled cards. So your theme of the month is expect a powerful change, new moon eclipse. And judging from that last eclipse that we just had, things are going to like enlighten and change and open for you in May 2024, Gemini. I don't get any specific area, and this may be something that you have to decipher for yourself, but it feels like something goes from like going on one path in one direction, and all of a sudden you're skipping to a different path. For some of you, it will be intentional. Like it's something you almost have anticipated for a while. And for some of you, it'll kind of throw you off guard. I'm not going to lie. But what it is, the intention of it is to get you to get you on the path that you're supposed to be on. The message that I'm getting right now is kind of like you were operating a certain way and going a certain way. And that way was fine for now. But it's almost as if the universe is like, okay, you're taking a little too long to get to where we need you to get. Like you're almost getting too comfortable on that path. So to give you an example, let's say you've been meaning to I don't know, move out of state. You've been meaning to, but you want to so bad, but you haven't necessarily looked up apartments. You haven't looked up where. It's almost like, okay, she's not doing it fast enough. He's not doing it fast enough. Let's give him a job opportunity in this field. You see what I'm saying? It's literally like pushing you towards what you're supposed to go. But that's what I'm getting intuitively. Let's get into your cards. First card out is the Justice card. The second card I have is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Swords upright. So immediately when I seen Justice, the first thing I heard is that kind of like justice is served, or like justice is served. It's almost like the truth comes out. The karma is happening. Like something powerful happens and it kind of balances the scales back out. So for the Geminis who feel like things have not been going in their favor, or like someone's been treating you unfairly, it's almost like, okay, that was going on for so long, and like I said, you just get I'm saying, things just balance back out. For some reason, I keep picturing somebody going to court, or like trying to prove something in some way. And then it's like in May, you finally get that confirmation. You finally get that answer. Whatever it is you've been trying to get for a while, it comes out, and now you can do what you need to do. The thing is, it kind of comes with a little bit of negative energy. It comes with a little bit of probably like a problem. For some of you, it may affect your career. It may affect your money. Not necessarily in a bad way. It's just, it shines a light on it for some of you, okay? Maybe that was the center of the problem, was your work, your job. Like I said, somebody wasn't treating you fairly. They weren't giving you the promotion. It's something happens in that area where you have to realize the truth, and then that kind of gives you clarity, okay? which tracks, right? It tracks that you know, we talking about expect a powerful change. Sometimes I think when we think this, we think like a complete different situation. For you, Gemini, it may just be like, you get it now. You know what you got to do. You've been giving this person a chance for 20 months. Maybe it's time to stop giving them a chance. Maybe, you know, you've been up to something that you weren't supposed to be up to something. Maybe the law comes down. Knock on wood. You know what I mean? And I'm not wishing that on you, Gemini. I'm just being honest. I'm giving all of the possibilities. Whatever it is, sets you on the straight and narrow, sets you on the path that you're supposed to be on, so that you can walk into your life purpose. We love to see it. So that's the blessing of this month, is that you're going to have some sort of change, something legal, something with mental clarity and an idea. The problem is you may be very overwhelmed by this. You may not want to start over. You may not want to be new at something. You may rush right in and take this idea, this clarity, this change, and immediately rush right in, and that may cause problems for you. For somebody specific, this feels like you followed an impulse, and that impulse had results. Consequences. Excuse me. It had consequences that you weren't expecting. Or vice versa, somebody else had an impulse on you and it had consequences, etc. So it kind of can go either way. Gemini, you have to use your intuition when it comes to that. I'm just reading the overall energy, but it seems like whatever it is, it changes your mind and it gets you where you need to go. But like I said, you may not be with it at first. Let's see what your career says. What does Gemini need to know about their career and finances? Because I'm curious. What's going on with the zodiac sign Gemini and their finances in May 2024? What's going on in Gemini's finances in May 2024? One card, Spirit. Thank you. I say one, they give me 100. Okay, so the first thing out is Anchor. Anchor says money blocks, being stuck, financially sound. Gears. Money flow, hard work, putting plans into motion. And then we have Feather. Abundance, easy money, divine intervention. What did I say earlier? Didn't I say divine intervention? Didn't I say it was like the universe was like, you're just moving too slow. We got to move you where you need to go. Okay, so these are kind of contradictory, because I think also award tried to come off. So winning money, recognition. Again, back to that piece of excuse me, if you guys were looking for some type of justice or some, like getting what you deserve or getting some sort of recognition, you may actually get it this month in your career. The problem is, though, it seems like things don't flow and then they all of a sudden start flowing. And maybe that makes sense with the reading of, it was one way and then things start being another way. I feel like there's some money blocks maybe at the beginning of May, and then after some hard work, after doing, following your intuition, that's when things start going into motion, and that's when you start seeing the abundance. And again, if you are resistant to this change, Gemini, it's gonna cause some problems for you. I'm not gonna lie. Because, like, for instance, if let's say at work you have a problem with your manager, you and your manager get into it, the manager says something wild to you, and you may, like, that immediately sets the plan that it's time for you to get a new job. If you try to just fight with your manager and try to, like, fight for your rights and do all that, don't get me wrong, you can do that if that's what you want to do. But if you do all of that, I feel like that's going to prolong something that's going to inevitably happen. So, like, say you continue to fight with your manager, then you end up getting fired. Now you're in a worse position because you kind of put it back in their hands. But if you follow that initial thought of, it's time for me to get a new job because I keep fighting with this manager, you have it in your hand and you can go get the job you want and be gone and never have to deal with that person again. Am I making sense? For some of you, if you're trying to, like, win a legal battle or win, the truth out of some situation, it may be like it was blocked and then the truth came out and now everything's flowing. You see what I'm saying? Now the money's flowing. Okay, you also may travel a lot this month or be planning to. Maybe you work in traveling, or think commute as well, like going far distances to work. For somebody specific, it feels as though you're questioning your integrity. Like, there's some offer that's on the table for you that kind of goes against what you want to do and who you are. And so you haven't really taken the opportunity because you don't like what it means if you take the opportunity. You don't like how it reflects on your character. And so you're kind of like, you've been maybe holding back on even doing anything with it because you're like, well, if I do this, then I have to pretty much answer for this and this, and I have to show up this and this way, and that's not who I am. This month that might clear itself up and you're able to walk into this safely and without compromising who you are. Okay. So clarity. Also, there might just be somebody like coming at you too. Like I said, it's a manager, it's another person, it's another, like somebody might be coming at you, but you'll be fine. So clarity in your love and relationships. What does Gemini need to know about their romantic relationships in May 2024? What do they need to know about their relationships in general? What is Gemini experiencing in their, okay. So if you're romantically involved, things may be going great. There's a level of seriousness and there's a level of like loyalty in this relationship. Taking things very seriously, a competition, the look in it to win it, fake it until you make it. There's a little bit of that. Like I think, you know how people call their relationships in game and like the last relationship they'll ever have. You may have that type of relationship for my committed Geminis. But there's this other energy, right? We have Y. Okay, shaking your head in disbelief, frustration, annoyed, focus on the solution rather than the problem. And then there's secrecy. Remember we talking about that earlier? Like someone's integrity is not that great. An affair, hiding something, using discretion, surprise, collaborate, protecting, denying, and risk. Now this may speak to more of your like social relationships, not necessarily your romantic relationships, but apply it as you will, Gemini. There may be some competition going on between you and a group of people, and this doesn't need to be literal head-on-head combat, although for some of you it is. For others of you, this feels like just kind of going toe-to-toe about ideas. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth, trying to make sure you're the best in the game or the best at work, or there's just kind of something like that going on. You may feel like someone's always testing you and pushing you and poking you and trying to frustrate you, maybe even trying to expose you, you know, and not even just expose you. For some of you, try to make you look a way that you're not, essentially, like trying to call you this and that, but you're not really that way. It's just the way the circumstances set up and made you look that way. Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I think it kind of goes in your favor because this truth comes out, this injustice comes out, whatever comes out, and then you're able to spin it back in your favor. But like I said, it may be hard to decide whether or not you want to deal with it because, is that a part of who I really am? So that may come out this month, okay? But I would just really err on the caution of like if you are hiding something or if there is something that you don't want to come out, like make sure that you are careful with it and careful with your words and prepared, because I think somebody might be coming at your head a little bit. I think the element of surprise is on your side. Gemini, like if you can find a way to be strategic and like not even secretive, because I don't want to promote that, especially if you're in the wrong, Gemini, because I don't know what the situation is, but it's like if you can find your way to be, you know, strategic about how you say things, and not necessarily in a manipulative way, but in a way that doesn't end up falling out for everybody involved, that could be great. But yeah, there's some frustration and feeling like somebody's coming at you and you have to show some teeth. Someone could have cheated, and again, I'm gonna just put that out there just because I see it as on the cards. Someone could have cheated, or you feel cheated by a person, and that may be the knowledge and the truth that you're exposed to this month, and then you're like able to make decisions moving forward. Okay. All right, my love. Well, that's all I'm saying for you, Gemini, in the month of May. I hope this resonated for you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, Cancer, welcome to your May 2024 reading. I've already pre-shuffled some cards out so we can just get this moving because shuffling be getting on my nerves. But I will be shuffling for the love and the career reading. Anywho, so the overall energy for your month of May is your commitment being tested, first quarter moon. Take it in, take it in, take it in. And this card is a card of, just that. Whatever you have been committed to, whomever you have been committed to, now you're starting to experience some challenges. You're starting to experience some foolishness, some you know what I mean, some trickiness going on for some. But the immediate thing I'm hearing from your cards and just this overall read is stability is being tested. And again, that can be in so many ways. I do want you to keep an open mind with this reading, Cancer, because I feel like for some of you it's going to be in various areas. So where your career might be okay, it may be your relationship, where your relationship might be okay, it might be your career, etc., etc. It's like 100 possibilities, but I think it's something that will be mostly on your mind. Okay, so your commitment is being tested. There's going to be some challenges. First card out is the King of Pentacles in reverse, right? He's talking about our stability, our wealth, maybe a little bit of overthinking when it comes to our stability and our wealth. Okay, and then we have the High Priestess in reverse. Secrets, not trusting our intuition, not trusting our abilities. Okay, things hidden. And then we have our Eight of Wands in reverse. Again, instability, fast moving energy, a little bit of burnout, things of that nature. Okay, when I first seen the King of Pentacles, I feel like there may be some issues when it comes to your career. Okay, and honestly, it doesn't even feel like it's your career. It feels like it's your finances. I feel like there's things that need to be done and things that you want to do, but it's almost like they're getting halted. You know what I mean? And not even like something's in your way. I feel like there could be stuff that you're not paying attention to, or things that you're avoiding, things that you're not saying, things that you feel but you're not quite pursuing. For some of you, this feels like an external force. Example that I'm getting is that like you may have a partner or a friend or a coworker where you're trying to make, money moves. You're trying to do something, and if it seems like they're not quite being honest with you, or they're not quite giving you the full story so that you can make a decision, or so that you can make moves that benefit you both. It almost feels like you're in the dark about something, which is what's keeping you from making this money move. Okay, now for some of you, if it's not a person, it's a situation. You don't know what's going on, you haven't heard anything, but things feel shaky. So you're like, okay, what's happening? Like, is it going to happen for me? Am I going to be able to do, what I thought I was going to do? Is it going to be successful? For example, if you're doing content, maybe it's the unknown of whether or not it's going to work out. If you're trying to get a promotion, maybe you haven't heard anything back. You applied for an apartment, you haven't heard anything back. It's almost like you're on the back end. So, it's coming to me now, y'all. The message is like, can you stay committed to what you said you wanted, even if you're not really sure if you're going to get it? Right? Even if it looks bleak, even if you feel like you're a little bit in the dark, right? How committed are you? So in this space of what the heck is going on, and you know what I mean, and why all these secrets, and why money funny, and da-da-da, in that time, what adjustments to your plan do you think you need to make? Are there any adjustments at all that need to be made? Maybe it's one of those things where you just gotta push until you see some results, right? Because sometimes when we have the King of Pentacles, I think of him kind of like a mad king in reverse, like kind of like on some Mr. Krabs energy. Like he just want all the money to himself, and he's he's like giggling, acting crazy, tossing coins in the air. Like I feel like there's just this obsession with, like, again, not money but stability, and having something be solid and a sure thing, and that not knowing is kind of making us stir crazy. Okay, but like I said, what plans do you need to adjust? How can you make waiting, quote unquote, or how can you make this period of time, this period of just building, bearable for yourself or whomever is around you? And we'll get back into the relationship portion, but let's get some career and finances cards. So clarity on the career and finances for my Cancers in May 2024. Spirit, make that message abundantly clear. What advice do you, what does Cancer need to know about their career and finances in May? What are they experiencing? What are they experiencing, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, I knew it. Okay, so we have gold, solid finances, investing, integrity, deep values, and then I'll read the careers later. Tree. It says financial growth coming into fruition, abundance. Okay, Clover. Lucky break, gamble, good fortune, and chance. Okay. With these cards, yes, there's a lot of positivities, a lot of financial growth, but Turtle kind of solidifies it for me. This kind of came out last minute. It says money coming in slowly, steady progress. So it feels like you are making progress towards something. But like I said in the general read, it feels like even though we know it's possible and we like are already working on whatever this is, the money, building the money, investing in the project, you know, the home improvement, like even though we know that it's in the works, it's still kind of hard to kind of sit there, right? Like, and stay fixed and solid with the investment. So anywho, some of you could be investing your money, trying to make your money grow, trying to make your effort grow, like the time and the effort that you put into something, you want to see the benefits of it. So that may be something that you're really focusing on when it comes to your career and your finances. Again, whether that's going after new opportunities or simply just, you know, just trying to solidify something that you've been trying to do, trying to grow something that you've been trying to do. Okay, so there's abundance in a lot of ways. I wouldn't be surprised if you got a hit of like positivity, like, okay, it's happening, and then it kind of slows down, and so then that kind of and so that kind of discourages you, because in your mind you're like, I just seen some positivity from this, like I seen something happen, why did it get quiet again? Test your commitment. Okay. And just like a word, something I'm feeling the need to say is that sometimes like we get those glimpses of what could happen, but it's not necessarily our time. An example that I'm thinking of is like a singer that's been singing for like 20 years. And maybe in 2003, they had like a hit song, but they haven't really had a hit since then, type of thing. You see what I'm saying? And then like maybe now on TikTok they blow up. And I mean, I probably got the years off, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's like sometimes it takes such a long time. For some reason, I'm thinking of Money Long. Look up her career history, but I think that's similar to her story. It's like, you've been doing this for so long, and you had your little hits and you had your little proud moments, but it took for recently for people to recognize you. I think that's something that you may be going through, Cancer. Maybe not necessarily this month, but just overall, that might be how you feel about your career and finances, okay? But anywho, there may be some things you're working on at your home, some things that you're investing in. You're trying to save money more so that you can build up to something in the future. Okay, a very financially conscious month, okay, but you're making steady movement. And I just heard from somebody like taking a chance on yourself or like investing in yourself. So some of you can go to school, or I'm picturing for someone being consistent with something where you weren't consistent before. So if you were like I said, you started school and you stopped, and now maybe in May you decide, okay, I'm officially going to go to school and I'm going to do everything that I need to do to ensure that I'm, going to finish and follow through this time. So that may come up as well, okay? So I'm not saying too much more. A lot of growth, but a lot of frustration with said growth, because you want it to be more stable and solid and a sure thing. So let's see what this commitment issue is coming in as in your relationship. What does Cancer need to know about their love and relationships in May 2024? Make it abundantly clear for me, Spirit. What does the zodiac sign Cancer, what are they experiencing in their love and relationships in May? 2 more cards. Make it abundantly clear, Spirit. Thank you. Try me. It says not in the mood. The answer is no. Pissed off, the chopping block, fed up, things need to change. Jesus Christ. Staying in. Okay, it says night in your space, a moment alone, a partner is busy, free time and mental vacation. And then the next card is Wicked. This says mischievous, naughty, harmful, dangerous, false portrayal, lie, cheat, and beware. If you are in a happy, healthy relationship, or if you just don't got no relationship problems as far as the other people in your life, this ain't for you. I'm going to speak very, very directly and very intently to who this is, and I ain't trying to argue about if it ain't your story. If it ain't, lucky you. But essentially, Cancer, there is, okay, for some of you, it's an issue with your partner, like a long-term partner, someone you've been with for a while. You love this person, you adore this person, but this person may have habits that you're just sick of dealing with. You probably have been very kind about it. You probably have tried to talk about it. You tried to be understanding. You maybe have even molded yourself and your life around this person's habit. Whatever it is. Doesn't have to be like a addiction or anything. Just a habit. Something that you've noticed kind of holds you back and holds them back. And I think in May, this might be the month where you put your foot down. Now, does it necessarily mean it's going to be an argument? Not necessarily. It just may be that you decide that you're going to change the way you approach this habit. Okay, so for some of you, it's just simply saying, I refuse to deal with this, fix it. Or it just ends up becoming like this big kind of like scuffle argument where you have to like lay down your boundaries and your laws. And for others of you, it's as serious as infidelity. It's as serious as them lying a lot. And for some of you, your partner may even call it white lies. They may even call it white lies. They may even, you know what I mean, be like, well, I mean, I told you I was gonna come Thursday. I never told you what time. Like little things like that where they like kind of flip and twist what they said so that they don't have to directly deal with being in trouble. So that may be something that comes up as well. So there may be like you have to cut somebody off. And again, if it's not a long-term partner, it's somebody you're dealing with, you may have to cut them off. You may have to have some distance. I just heard for somebody, you may have been in a period, you may be in a period right now where you've cut off pretty much everyone, romantically and otherwise. So you're just kind of like doing your own thing and kind of stewing in the stuff, but not in stewing in a bad way. It's just that like you can't believe some of the stuff that's happened or been said, so you're taking time for yourself. So that may be something that comes up as well because you're ready for change and you're ready for healthy relationships. And again, that comes back to the commitment, right? Our commitment's being tested. Like how much more of this are we going to do? You know what I mean? And that's completely understandable. I want something different. I want love. I want this. I want that. And the only way I'm going to get it is if I set these boundaries, set these rules, okay? So there might be a breakup or there just may be a you saying no and like really meaning it and sticking to it. For some of you, this is carried over from last month. So it's not even like it's happening in May. It's like it's been happening and now you're just standing on business. What about those in in solid relationships, Spirit? Any messages for my Cancers in relationships maybe? And more happier relationships, any more relationship messages? And I mean, apply this if you feel like this isn't for your partner per se. One thing I've been saying on Instagram is like, you know, you have more relationships than your romantic one. So, you know, this may not be your husband or your girlfriend or your wife, but this could be your sister. This can be your auntie. This could be, you know what I mean? Somebody who you like keep dealing with this situation. And it's like, hey, you got to stop. Like, this has to be over with. And if you don't stop, I'm going to just stay away from you. Like, that sort of thing, okay? Because there also is this feeling of, like, somebody externally, too, who you feel you disapprove of, like, something that they're saying or doing in your absence, okay? But you're trying to change things. And to be honest, Cancer, I think whatever it is, you're going to change it this month. Okay, my love? I hope this resonated for you. And if it did, let me know below. And I will see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hey, Leo. Welcome to your read for May 2024. Let's get into these cards. I did pre-shuffle for the general because all that shuffling be too much. Okay? But we're going to get into it. So, first card out is... what is this called? Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay? So with your dreams need a practical plan, I mean, it says it right there. There's something that you want. There's some type of dream. There's some type of goal. There's some sort of outcome that you want. And we're done dreaming about it. We're done thinking about it. It's time to actually put a plan together to make it happen. So that's your overall theme in May. It's like your overall advice. The next cards we have, you're supposed to get 3, but you got 5. So we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Swords in reverse as well. The Page of Cups in reverse. The Hierophant. And the 4 of Wands. And I'm not going to lie to you, Leo, this is a read. So hold on to your seats if you don't want to hear anything direct, okay? May be a month filled with things to do, right? Whether it's at work or outside of work or both, there's a lot of things that you have to do, and you may have overcommitted yourself, or you intentionally committed yourself. Like it's your priorities are straight. It's just that it comes with so much, so things may be coming in all directions. So just speaking to the 2 of Pentacles, it's imperative that you keep a schedule. Like, we're not going to be able to just show up at work and just, you know, do our work and go home and everything's going to be fine. No, it's almost as if you're going to have to set time aside, or maybe be really strict about, you know, your 30-minute increments, like stuff like that. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you examples and ideas because it just seems like there'll be so much you'll have to do. And if you don't wrangle it in yourself, it's almost like it's going to like run you over, okay? But on the other hand, you guys, I feel like there's something in the background going on for you, Leo. Like, it feels like there's something coming And it's almost like, you know, and you know it's coming and you've been aware of it and it's something that you know you need to prepare for, but you haven't quite done so because you're almost resisting the inevitable, right? You know that it's coming. You know that, like, you got to do something about it, but you're almost not doing something about it because you are hoping that if you just ignore it, if you just, you know what I mean? Maybe you're in your feelings a little bit about something or someone, and it's like that's almost leading you to kind of avoid dealing with this situation altogether, especially with the Four of Wands. There may be a little drama on the table. There may be like a little bit of like, because everything is everywhere and there's so much happening, it may be a tendency to be emotionally unhinged. Like you can't really control your emotions like you normally do. It could be easier for you to go off. It could be easier for you to say yes. It could be like it's almost as if you can't control yourself as much as you do because everything's happening so fast and you're just kind of getting caught up in it. Honestly, this feels more like on the downtrodden of emotions, like more sadness, more stress, more frustration because you haven't wrangled the situation together. And even with the Hierophant in reverse, it's almost like a call back home, a call back to yourself, a call back to, you know, source, spirit, whatever it is you believe in, because you're just not all over the place. Because it doesn't feel like it's your fault or your intention. It's just so much happening. It's like, okay, I have to do something, okay? So you may spend May trying to get everything together, realizing that you can't just hope and wish that it works itself out. You actually have to do something about it. Like this is not going to be one of those things where if you sit back and chill, it'll figure itself out. You actually have to do something. And I wanted to tell somebody a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio may be significant in your life. Perhaps an earth sign, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo may be relevant to you in May. But there's someone who's causing a little bit of an annoyance for you because they may be really emotional or maybe even childish. So be careful about letting them suck you into their world, okay? Because although you may feel like you need to do something about it or fight with them back or whatever, like if they're not a part of the solution, they're the problem, and I wouldn't give them any more energy than that. Okay, so let's get into your career and finances. What do my Leos need to know about their career and finances in May 2024? What does Leo need to know about their career and finances in May? What is Leo experiencing in their career and finances? First thing out is the pendulum. And this card says fluctuating income, indecision, and strategy. That's crazy that indecision is on there because that is the message that I was getting from you, for my intuition. Careers could be seasonal work, job change, making choices. We have the seal. Okay, business contracts, documents, gifts of money, and then we have ornaments. Extra money, mature investment, and celebration. Okay, so it seems like there's more so an indecision on the table. It may not be fluctuating income. I don't fully feel that for you. I do feel like some days are like some paychecks and days are great and some may not be not so great. Like it's that, but I feel like there's some type of decision you're trying to make in your career, Leo, in May. Whether or not you should leave a job, stay with the job. You know, maybe there's a decision on the table about you, whether or not you're going to get the promotion, whether or not they're going to, you know, like it's something about that. Maybe even an outside decision for some of you. Okay, like for example, just a random example, maybe whether or not you move to a different state is dependent on whether or not you get a certain job, or whether or not you're able to stay at your job depends on some type of external, decision. So there's something that comes on the table around there, okay? So, you know, you may be worried about that, worried about like, you know, certain documents coming in. Pay attention to your mail. There's an important piece of paper that I keep seeing in an envelope. Coming in an envelope and you having to open it up. So pay attention to your mail. Pay attention to, like, there may be something that comes in the mail that's very important to you, but that's just an aside. Yeah. But like I said, the biggest message for you, Leo, this month is to not let the decision be made on you. Like, I get if it's out of your hands, but I also feel like there's nothing wrong with having a plan B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with having a plan if X happens versus just waiting and seeing what happens and then making a plan. Like, I feel like it'll eliminate the element of surprise, good or bad, if you have what you're going to do regardless. Now there may be some sort of celebration this month, but it doesn't feel like a celebration. It feels like something you're putting together in like a event, or there's something you're putting together, so that may be relevant this month. But I think the details of that thing may be stressing you out. So if you're throwing a party, it may be just like, oh my god, like, okay, I gotta think of the caterers and like it, like I can just picture somebody like having something really great on the table, but they're so busy like thinking about the little details that it's hard to like really get involved. But that happens anytime you're planning anything. Okay, money doesn't look bad. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you had a side hustle or a new opportunity. You could be working multiple jobs. That's the thing for sure. Multiple jobs or doing multiple things, going to school, etc., etc. We just have to better prioritize our time. What you do have control of, control it. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't say like, oh, well, everything's kicking my butt, but like you're staying up till 3 a.m. eating bonbons and watching TV. Like, well, I mean, you know, you coulda stayed up and finished your homework, but instead you was eating TV, you know, eating bonbons. Like, that's kind of one of those things. Like, if you have control over it, have control over it. Let the rest of whatever's going on be whoever's problem, but do what you can for you, sort of thing. Because I think that's going to make you feel better. Okay. And for some of you, you may finish something. You may complete something that you've been trying to complete. It feels more like a process than a project. Like some sort of process came to an end. It's kind of how it feels. Something you were waiting to be done so you can do something else. That's how it feels. Okay. Now, things that may be like careers that may be important to you, doing seasonal work, a job change, making choices and decisions, working in like clerical office work, writing of some sort, grant writing, paperwork, staying put, doing a lot of paperwork. Like, I feel like somebody's doing a lot of papers or a lot of proposals. Working in retail, working in beauty, being finished with work, and doing retirement. Okay, so let's get into your love relationships. Okay, what can Leo expect in their love life? I always like reading y'all love life because I feel like y'all got the most like fun love life out of all the zodiacs. What does Leo need to know about their love life in May 2024? What is Leo expecting in their love life? Okay, ooh, child, what a catch. What a catch. Wow. Okay, it says an ideal partner or mate, abundance, self-esteem, value. The answer is yes. Marriage material. And then this one says me and my ego. Pride or fear in the way, not contacting you but thinking of you often, replaying over in mind. And then there's recklessness. Okay, and that says acting recklessly, getting lit, highly volatile relationship or personality, use precautions and protections. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna go in several directions because I'm picking up multiple things for Leos in different situations, so bear with me. If you're in a relationship, you found your one. Some of you may already be married, or you may already be very committed to your partner. Your partner is very committed to you. Things are fine. The problem is because of whatever's going on, like whatever multiple things that you have going on that may be kind of getting into your relationship, because again, it may make you a little more emotional, a little more volatile, a little more, for some of you, just simply not present. It's not that you, like, y'all are not fine. It's just that you might be super tired. You may be super blocked out, maybe where normally you would be happy. Okay, incense, chill. Where you would normally be happy and like excitable, it's like, it seems like you may be a little bit down or just not yourself. You know, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just not yourself. And that may be a problem. So just be careful about snapping off on your partner. And for some of you, the relationship is a little bit in trouble, but no one's really said anything about the problem. So what's happening is it's a lot of stuff being done on the back end. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean cheating. It could be just like passive aggressive remarks, not coming home on time, like doing little things to get under your partner's skin. And again, apply this vice versa or however. That may be something that comes up, okay? For my singles, someone is regretting either losing you or you're regretting losing someone. Again, I will keep it open because I do feel like it's multiple scenarios for multiple people. Some of you feel like you missed the chance with the one, or you've missed the chance with somebody who was really a catch, but like ego got in the way, and or it just blew up really fast. Like it just seemed like one thing led to another, and all of a sudden you guys weren't talking. It was just really messy. So that may be something that's on your mind this month. I'm not gonna give you no advice on that because only you know whether or not. Because sometimes we just need to, let me just say this. Sometimes we just need to feel it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we just need to feel how we felt about that situation, learn from it, and move on. That doesn't always mean that we need to pursue said relationship. But I think someone is missing you and realizing that they messed up, or vice versa, right? Their priorities weren't in the right place, and it just happened the way it happened, and now we're learning about it, right? So they may be wanting to contact you but not contacting you. And not that this is relevant, because I mean, if they're not going to contact you, then it's not necessarily going to happen in your month. But it's something that just lets you know that like this might be on somebody's mind, okay? In your relationships in general, again, back to that annoying person who you feel like is childish, or at least is taking you that way, be careful about snapping back at them. Not to say that you shouldn't. I'm putting it out there. Just be careful about it, because with everything going on, I just wonder if this person is attached to your decision about work. So this might be like a coworker. Just be careful about snapping back at them, because again, if this ends up putting you in a worse light, or you going toe for toe with somebody who just is a little petty child, like, see whether or not that's worth your time. But I could see somebody you possibly having to throw blows, not physically, but with somebody who just feels a way about you or about a bunch of situations. So, okay, because I feel like Leos be kind of like, we can all go, like we can all get into it. Which I love, but I think sometimes that can really mess us up, if we're not careful. Okay, my love. But that's all I'm saying for you, Leo. If this was helpful for you, please go ahead and like it below and let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next reading, my love. Bye. Hey, Virgo. Welcome to your read for May 2024. Let's go ahead and hop into these cards. I've already pre-shuffled because shuffling be taking all day. But we're going to get into this general read, okay? So the first card, your overall energy for May is conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Okay? And so the immediate message that I got from full moon eclipse is self-explanatory, but it's just that you're kind of closing a chapter of some sort. It could be metaphorical or literal, but we're closing a chapter, and it is time to start wrapping things up. It is time to start seeing your way out. It's time to go. It's time to be done. But the thing about conclusions being within reach is that there's a new beginning right after that, right? It's not like the door's closed and that's it. You're in a dark room and it's over with. No. Okay. There's some good stuff coming for you. So the cards that we have are 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 6 of Wands in upright, and the Queen of Wands in reverse, right? Signs that may be relevant for you are fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Does not have to be, but it's here. So the immediate message I get with these cards is that Virgo, you're ending something, especially when it comes to career-wise. I think you either you may experience or have been experiencing some burnout when it comes to your finances, to your career, whatever the case may be. You've been kind of stretching yourself thin, and you are aware of it. You're aware of that, but then I think there's a part of you that's still trying to make it better for all of the people. Like, okay, like, because I put it like this: if you have exited some sort of career path, or you've passed your responsibility on to somebody else, you may still feel that sense of guilt, and so you may be trying to do everything you can to like ensure that everybody's comfortable with this new change and the fact that you're changing and you're moving. And the reality of it is, it's over with. The door is over. The door is closing, and now does that mean that you need to leave work sloppy, or that you need to leave things sloppily? No, but it does mean that like it's time to let go. Unclench the fingers and get on, like, and more so because Virgo, what you're walking into is so much better, so much more inspiring, so much more of a breath of fresh air. Yes, it may come with its own set of things. That doesn't mean it will be perfect, but it will be more liberating than whatever you were doing before. Okay, and so I think it's time to actually fully let go and stop worrying about like all of the details. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're burning yourself out trying to stick with it. Okay. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, tapping into that sense of confidence. I feel like that's something you're going to have to work on in the month of May, is your confidence in this transition, and like because I don't even think you aren't sure of what you want, Virgo. I think it's the feeling vulnerable and feeling like you're doing something wrong, because you guys are so methodical and so like perfectionists in that way. You feel like there's a right way and there's a wrong ways to do things. So when you go and do something that you feel like is like you're standing out, or you're like or you're going against the status quo, I think that may bring a level of discomfort, because you're like, ooh, who am I harming when I do this? Or is anybody gonna, is anybody gonna be in a bad position if I do this? Step out on faith and do your thing, okay? And it's also just about not caring what people think. If somebody get mad because you changed up, they get mad. If something go Ari, it go Ari. That ain't gonna do with you no more. Conclusions are within reach. It's time to wrap it up. Okay. As your Aries friend, I'm gonna tell you that. Okay. Also, you guys may be throwing some sort of event. You may get some sort of recognition. You may inspire other people this month, and you may actually hear it. Like, okay, you did this and I did that because of you, or something of that nature. Because there is going to be a point where you are going to have to stand out. And this can, like I said, literally or metaphorically. You're going to have to stand out on faith, stand out on a limb. And I think that's going to be uncomfortable, because that's not your usual thing. But it's almost necessary for them too. Like the people you're inspiring too. Okay? So just be careful about burnout. Be careful about like trying to hold on to things that don't belong to you, etc. And there also may have to be a need of forgiving someone and letting something go. But we'll get into your relationships. But I think you have to forgive someone too. So clarity. What is the zodiac sign Virgo experiencing in their career in May 2024? What are Virgos experiencing in their career? Wow. Y'all cards have came out the fastest out of all the signs today. Tree. The career of life. It says financial growth coming to fruition. Abundance. Gears. Money flow. Hard work. Putting plans into motion. Yep. What we say. Pendulum. Okay. Fluctuating income. Indecision. New strategy. Okay. And ornaments. Extra money, mature investment, celebration. So yeah, all of your cards hint towards something coming to fruition, some plans in motion, doing a new strategy, celebration, investing in yourself. Like you're going to something different. Okay. And it's like you're putting something in motion. For somebody, I hear your wheels are turning. So like if you felt like you were stuck for a second there, like things were getting rusty, I think like now this month the wheels, like the gears start moving again, and you start knowing what it is that you want and what's going on. I think money's flowing normal, maybe even a little better, but like it's flowing. I don't think the money part is what's going to be at the top of your mind this month. I think what's going to be in the top of your mind is like trying to move things forward and being happy with yourself as you do that. Okay, you're trying something new, you're doing a new strategy, and you're working on not giving a heck what anybody says. Again, back to that celebration that came up twice. You may have a celebration, you may be throwing a party, that a lot of your money or time or effort might be going that way as well. And that may only be for a few of you. So if it don't apply to you, that's fine. But that may yeah. And then if you have a promotion, or if you have something going on in your career, people may want to celebrate you for that. So I wouldn't be surprised if you got like, people want to throw a little thing for you or something like that. That might come up as well. But there's definitely something to celebrate this month, whether it's just the mere fact that you're excited that you're moving on to bigger and better things, or if it's actually something to celebrate, like, I don't know, a promotion, moving to a new house, like, you know what I mean? There's something to celebrate, then you'll get that as well. Okay. Let's see if I see anything else. If you're wondering if something you want to do will be just as lucrative as whatever you've been doing for months, years, whatever, yes. But you have to give it a chance to grow. Okay, Virgo, give it a chance to grow. Give it a chance to build. Don't be so, like, the moment it doesn't, like the little piece of anything goes wrong, it's like, forget it. Like, it can. It takes a long time, okay? Careers that you may be involved in, or career situations you may be involved in, outdoor jobs, family businesses, working on stability. You could be building something. You could have a team. You can be taking some time off, working on your security. Seasonal work, job change, making choices, retail, beauty, finishing your work, like we talked about earlier. Finish the old work so we can get into the new work, and retirement. Okay, so let's switch over to your love and relationships. What is going on in Virgo's relationships in May 2024? What is Virgo experiencing in their relationships in May 2024? What is the zodiac sign Virgo experiencing in their relationships? Love and relationships. What about their love life in May 2024? Make it abundantly clear, Spirit. Okay. There's a lot of positivity in your relationships. For some of you, we got groom here. That's the first card out. We have just so done. And then we have gratuity. So for somebody very specific, and I'll read the other two cards in a minute. For somebody very specific, if you were dealing with someone and then they kind of just disappeared, or they just kind of, I don't know, they made themselves come off a certain way and then they weren't that way. That person might have been married and they might have had like, I'm sorry, y'all. My hair is being weird. That person might have been married and you dodge the bullet is what I'm hearing. That's for somebody very specific. You dodged the bullet because they weren't being fully honest about who they were committed to and what was going on. For others of you, things are great. Things are fine in all of your relationships. I think you're going to attract more people who admire you and look up to you. Those are two things. And also just in general, like, it might be a lot of people coming to you saying that they're grateful for you. They appreciate what you did last week, last year, whatever. So you may get the recognition that you deserve. And you may generally be grateful for the people in your life as well. But there's something specific about like your husband stressing you out or your wife stressing you out. I just wanted to mention that. Like it's like almost like they're making you super tired. They kind of like tapping you out. So that might be something that comes up too. But nothing bad. Nothing like you want to break up. It just feels like they're adding more work to you or they're just being more annoying than usual. But like nothing that you're like, oh, forget them. Like, no, it's just you're tired. That sort of thing. Or maybe they're going through that is what I'm picking up too. Like maybe they're mentally tapped, drained, depressed, whatever. And so you're kind of being like that supportive partner as much as you can on the side because you know that they're like going through stuff. So that might be something too. And then we have sweetheart and rocking it when it comes to your love. I wouldn't be surprised if someone comes and tries to offer you love again. Again, if you are single, this could be someone who previously disappointed you. And so they might try to come back and say that they're sorry or show some type of romance, tell you that they want you back. They start actually courting you how they're supposed to. They're sweet. But just make sure you don't let go of what you know, what you've learned from that situation. And just in general, like if you worked on your worth and what you want for yourself, don't allow this person to distract you if you know they're up to no good. Even if they are up to good, like still stick to your stuff, okay? Yeah, but keep being yourself, loud and proud. I think something about you speaking out more, Virgo, this month and just really being yourself and tapping into like the best parts of yourself is gonna like make everything beautiful this month. Because that loud and proud stuck out for me in this card. Like just you speaking your mind and like you know telling your ideas and voicing your opinion. Like something about that is really gonna be great for you. Try not to shy away. And for somebody specific, if you feel ashamed of the way, like, you feel like anything, like you feel like love is hard for you and why is it always you? And I don't think so. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think you may have had a bout of running into partners that could recognize your worth, but they weren't up to any good. So if you feel like you've been asking for too much or people have made you feel like you're asking for too much, incorrect. You're just asking the wrong people. But that's not even your fault either because they're almost attracted to you. So keep that confidence of what you know. Okay. Some of you, again, I keep saying this event. The event is important. Going to a concert is important. Making some sort of advancement. A relationship also can get serious, or you can realize how important somebody is in your life this month, like how close you are to somebody and how committed and loyal they are to you this month. There is a kind of like a feeling of being mentally tapped. Like it almost feels like someone trying to drain your energy. Not even on purpose, because I don't even think this person is aware of themselves. But that may come up as well. It's somebody kind of draining your energy and taking your energy away from you, okay? But yeah, someone might be trying to court you. Just make sure that it's all on the up and up, okay, Virgo? Thank you so much for watching this, Virgo, and I hope you have a lovely May. See you in the next reading. Bye.